Hi students, greeting of the day and welcome to this video channel. As per your mails, we have recognized that you require the questions for practice, and what we are doing over here into this parameter is we are making a system where all the 16 chapters of our chemistry subject and the marking scheme which is given by the board, as per that we have sorted out the questions. Just for an example, the first chapter, the solid state, the question which are going to be asked in the board examination as per the blueprint are one question of 1 mark and one question of 2 mark. So as per that, around 5 to 6 questions have been selected by our panel, and those questions are discussed over here. So those questions may help you out with the answers. We are giving you the questions as well as the answers to it so that it becomes easier for you to go for the practice. Just see the question, read the answer, write the answers so that you come across how much of the portion is to be written. Basically, this exercise is done so that it becomes easier for you to write the answers when the questions are there for the boards. So practice them properly. They are mark based, minute based and topic based. That is, this is the homework which we are doing so that at the time of examination or inside the examination hall, you are not in panic. You know that this question is there. What is the weightage? Just for an example, 1 mark counts for 2 minutes and you have to write around 30 words. So that is maximum 30 words you have to write. So your speed when you practice it gives you a confidence for the examination. So students, best of luck for your examinations and practice this question series so that it becomes easier for you to get good score. We require more than 95%, and this is a technique by which you will be in position to get the marks. This is my 29 years of experience where I have worked with the students on this parameter for the examination and have given them good marks. So be prepared with it, and thanks a lot. See what we are dealing with this into the questions and the parameters of the time management. So thanks.
Here, D and F block element will be having one question of 5 mark, which is given into the CBSE marking scheme. So we have to take the questions which are of 5 marks. The first question is, nickel is the 22nd most abundant element by weight in earth crust. The Mons process provides us high purity of nickel. Most of the nickel produced is used to make ferrous and non-ferrous alloys. Nickel provides both the strength of steel and its resistance to chemical attack. Nickel is used in making alloys for coins in USA. Is widely used as catalyst essentially in hydrogenation of vegetable oil to get vegetable ghee. Nickel is also used in NiCad cell. Now, giving this parameter, they have asked 4 questions. What is the use of nickel, steel, and why? Second, how is nickel of high purity obtained by Mons process? Third, why is nickel cadmium cell preferred over lead storage cell? Fourth, why is vegetable oil better than vegetable ghee? What values are possessed by people taking vegetable oils? And fifth, why is nickel used for alloys in making coins? So the first part of the answer is used for making clock pendulum because it has least coefficient of thermal expansion. Second, nickel when heated in stream of carbon monoxide forms volatile nickel tetracarbonyl which decomposes nickel which is pure in state. Reaction is Ni plus 4CO at 330 to 350 Kelvin gives nickel tetracarbonyl NiCO4, which when heated to 450 to 470 Kelvin gives Ni plus 4CO. Here nickel is 100% pure. Third part, lead creates pollution, therefore NiCad cells are preferred than lead storage battery because lead when processed, which is used as electrode, gives poisonous gas. which have effect on human beings. Fourth part, vegetable oils are unsaturated and they do not lead in the formation of cholesterol, whereas vegetable ghee is saturated and leads to the formation of cholesterol. Nickel gets mixed up with vegetable oil, which is carcinogenic, means it gives rise to cancerous cells. People taking vegetable oils are more conscious about their health. And the fifth part, it's because it does not get corroded and has luster like silver. Second question is, platinum is a rare element. It's mostly found in South Africa and Soviet Union. Is the most useful metal and widely used as catalyst. Its complex cisplatin is used as anti-cancer agent. Platinum jewelry is becoming more popular in these days. It is the most precious metal and does not get corroded at all. It is also used as inert electrode and it is less reactive. Now the first part of the question is, why is it treated as the chemical for resolving or removing the cancer, or why is it the treatment of cancer costly? Second, which property of platinum makes it useful for making jewelries? Third, which property of platinum makes it useful for inert electrode? Fourth, at one time platinum was used in contact process for the manufacture of a sulfuric acid. V2O5 is now used as catalyst instead of platinum. Why? And the fifth part is, how is platinum used for our national economy? Why should we not use it in making jewelry? The first part is, it makes use of cisplatin, a complex of platinum which is very costly metal. Hence the therapy which is given in cancer is expensive. Second, it's lustrous and does not get corroded. Third part, it's good conductor of electricity and is least reactive. Fourth one is, V2O5 is cheaper and less sustainable to poisoning. Henceforth, in contact process, we use V2O5. Fifth, it's very useful in many chemical industries and medicine. Therefore, it is the backbone of our national economy. If we use platinum in jewelry, its consumption and cost will increase, and its use in industries and medicines will become a costly affair. Coming to third question, copper is most important metal used in our daily life. It's mostly obtained from chalcopyrites, CuFeS2, by froth flotation, roasting, smelting, and auto reduction and electrolytic refining. The extraction of copper from low graded ores cannot be extracted by above methods, as it can be uneconomical. Copper is used in calorimeter and electrical wires. Copper alloys are widely used in our daily life. Lanthanum, barium, copper oxide, and yttrium, barium, copper oxides are used as superconductors. First part is, which compound of copper is present in Paris green? Give its use. Second, how is copper obtained from low grade ores? Third, why are copper and bronze vessels not used in these days? Fourth, what will happen if we take excess of copper ions? Fifth, what is disadvantage of obtaining copper pyrites? How can we overcome this disadvantage? So the first part, copper acetate is present in Paris green along with arsenous oxide and acetic acid. Is used as insecticide. Second, the CuS is exposed to air so that it gets oxidized to copper sulfate, which is dissolved in water or dilute sulfuric acid, H2SO4. Copper is displaced from copper sulfate solution by adding scrap iron, which is sacrificed. Fe plus Cu plus 2 gives Fe plus 2 plus Cu, or Fe plus CuSO4 gives FeSO4 plus Cu. Third part is, because copper forms greenish layer of basic copper carbonate on its surface, which is highly poisonous for our health. Fourth part says it's harmful for our eyesight, so we are not supposed to use it. And fifth, it will release sulfur dioxide gas, which will cause air pollution. Sulfur dioxide gas forms should be used to produce sulfuric acid? Fourth question says, gold has been found as lumps of metal in ground called nuggets. Nowadays, rocks containing traces of gold are crushed and extracted either with mercury or with sodium or potassium cyanide. Water and powdered rocks are passed over mercury in which gold dissolves, forming an amalgam. The gold is recovered by distilling the amalgam. When mercury distilled off and is reused, this process is also used for river water in Brazil. In the cyanide process, the crushed ore is treated with 0.1 to 0.2% solution of NaCl or KCN and aerated. The sodium aerocyanide complex is soluble and gold is precipitated by adding zinc. A thin film 10 to 11 meter thick is sometimes deposited on glass windows or skyscraper buildings which reflect unwanted heat from sun in the summer and keeps building cool. The film keeps building hot as it tracks heat during the winter. First part is what is economical or environmental problem in extracting gold with mercury. Second, what is disadvantage of cyanide process? Third, why is the cost of gold increasing day by day in India? Fourth, which property of gold makes it useful for thin film of glass window? Fifth, which property of gold makes it useful for Rutherford scattering experiment? So the first part answer is losses of mercury having poisoned considerable stretches of the river Amazon, which is harmful for aquatic life. KCN is deadly poisonous, therefore it should not be handled with over here into this process. Third part is because lot of gold is used in jewelry, which increases demand more than supply and cost increases. Fourth is good reflector of heat during summer and absorb heat during winter. Henceforth, it is used over the glass in glass windows. Fifth, it's highly malleable and very thin sheet of gold can be obtained. Fifth question, a nuclear power plant consists of nuclear reactor in which a controlled chain reaction involves nuclear fission occurs using either uranium or polonium as fuel. The heat produced in extraction from the reactor and used to generate steam which drives a turbine and produces electricity. Polonium or uranium can also be used in making atom bombs. The subcritical mass of plutonium or uranium is carried out in aeroplanes and combines them to give a critical mass when dropped over the target. It leads to uncontrolled chain reaction which produces tremendous amount of heat energy and lot of destruction occurs. Plutonium bombs was dropped over Hiroshima or Nagasaki in Japan in World War II, which caused lot of destruction. So the first part of the question is what is disadvantage of nuclear reactors using fission reactions for the production of electricity. Second, should we use uranium or plutonium for making atomic bombs? Third, what is the long-term disadvantage of nuclear radiation? Fourth, why is uranium-235 used in nuclear reactors? Fifth, why are breeder reactors more useful? So the answer to the first part is it leads to the formation of nuclear waste whose disposal becomes a great problem. The radiation emitted are harmful for our environment. Second part is no, we should avoid using atom bombs because these lead to lots of destruction and lots of national money or economy is spent over it. Third, they may cause mutation in genes which leads to the genetic disorder. And we use uranium-235 because it's a fissionable material while uranium-238 is non-fissionable. Fifth is because these are used to produce nuclear fuels, fissionable material needed for nuclear reactor, or rather we can say plutonium or uranium-238 can be converted with a breeder reactor to the nuclear fuel which is fissionable. Sixth question says complete the following chemical equation. Cr2O7 minus 2 plus H2S plus H ion. Second is Cu plus 2 plus I minus. B part says how would you account for the following. The oxidizing power of oxo anions are in the order VO2 plus lowest, then Cr2O7 minus 2, then MnO4 minus. Second part is the third ionization enthalpy of manganese, where Z is 25, is essentially high. And third part, Cr plus 2 is a strong reducing agent than Fe plus 2. So For the first part, the balanced chemical equation is Cr2O7 minus 2 plus H2S plus H ion gives twice Cr plus 3 plus thrice S plus 7H2. Second part is twice Cu plus 2 plus twice I gives twice Cui plus I2. B part, first, it's because vanadium is lower oxidizing state, is less stable than chromium, which is less stable than metal. That is why MnO4, which is manganese, is better oxidizing agent than VO2. Manganese has electronic configuration 4s2 3d5 over argon. So the electronic configuration of Mn plus 2 is argon configuration plus 4s0 plus 5d5. After losing 2 electrons, it has half filled d orbital, which is more stable. That is why Mn plus 2 has exceptionally high third ionization energy. The energy required to remove third electron is very high. Third part is because of the chromium Cr plus 3, D3 half filled T2g orbital is more stable in aqueous solution than Fe plus 3, e.g. that is Cr plus 3 is more stable than Fe plus 3. Question number 7. Describe the following characteristic of the first series of the transition metal and their trends in the series scandium to zinc. First, atomic radius, second, oxidation state, ionization enthalpy. On this we have to describe. And B part is name an important alloy which contains some of the lanthanide metals. Mention its two use. So the first part is atomic and covalent radii. The atomic radii decreases from scandium to chromium because number of unpaired electron increases. Therefore, effective nuclear charge increases. The atomic size of iron, cobalt, nickel is almost same because pairing of electrons takes place in d orbitals, causing repulsion, and effective nuclear charge does not increase appreciably. Copper and zinc have bigger size because repulsion between paired electron increases. Ionic radius of bivalent cation decreases from scandium to copper due to the increase in number of protons. Oxidation state, if we talk about students, transition metals show variable oxidation state due to the tendency of d orbital as well as the p orbitals having to take part in the bond formation. The highest oxidation state is equal to the total number of electrons in V as well as d orbital. The maximum oxidation state shown by the elements of first transition series increases from scandium to manganese and then decreases to zinc. Scandium shows maximum plus 3 and minimum, and manganese shows plus 7 oxidation state. Vanadium has plus 5, chromium has plus 6, iron has plus 3. Nickel has plus 2, cobalt has plus 3, copper has plus 2, zinc has plus 2. Oxidation state. Third part says ionization enthalpy. There is slight and irregular variation into ionization energies of transition metals due to the irregular variation of atomic size. The ionization enthalpy of 5D transition series is higher than 3D, and the transition series becomes higher because of lanthanide contraction. Effective nuclear charge increases. Mish metal is also an alloy which makes some of the lanthanide metals. It contains 45% lanthanide metal and iron 5% and traces of sulfur, carbon, calcium and aluminium. Mish metal is used in magnesium based alloys to produce bullets, shell and lighter flints. Addition of 3% mish metal to magnesium increases its strength and used in making jet engine parts. Coming to question number 8. Compare the general characteristic of the first series of the transition metals with those of the second and third transition metals in the respective vertical columns. Give special emphasis on the following points. First, electronic configuration. Second, oxidation state. Third, ionization enthalpy, and fourth, atomic size. So answer to it is electronic configuration. When we take in first transition series, 3d orbitals are progressively filled, whereas in second transition series 4d orbitals are progressively filled, and in third transition series 5d orbitals are progressively filled. Oxidation state, when we see elements show variable oxidation state in both the series, the highest oxidation state is equal to total number of electrons in s as well as d orbitals. The number of oxidation states shown are less in 5D transition series, then 4D series. In 3D series, +2 and +3 oxidation states are common and they form stable complexes in this oxidation state. In other series, OSO4 and PTF6 are formed, which are quite stable in high oxidation state. Ionization enthalpy, when we talk about the ionization enthalpy of 5D series is higher than 3D and 4D series due to the lanthanide contraction. Effective nuclear charge is more. Lanthanide contraction, I have dealt into the topic which is on the video where we have dealt with DNF block elements as total. And the fourth one is atomic size. The atomic size of 4D and 5D series do not differ appreciably due to the lanthanide contraction. The atomic radii of second and third series are larger than 5D series. So students, here since the 5-mark questions are there, so number of questions taken are more, and practice them properly because they'll be giving you better marks. So best of luck and be healthy. Take care of the revision.